All right, let's take a look at this extension. So first, let's go to our search results here. This is just some random search I have up here. And let's take a look at our first person. So when you're looking at a profile in LinkedIn Recruiter, if you have internet that's not lagging, now this will be a good test for the timing. See if it fails. There we go. All right, so now the page is loading. This is an indicator that some scripts are still running. One of the scripts that is running takes a good 5-6 seconds to complete. But we can look in here and see some of the buttons that we have. So the first one is See Others. And the idea here is that if I have a title at a company that I like, I can just quickly get a view into other people who are working at that company and check them out as well. And you probably just saw, you can dive into the company information without actually having to leave the page, so no more clicking on this to load and then going back. Just quickly look and see if there's anything interesting and go about what you were doing. This information here is people who have recently viewed your profile. It is to the moment, at least in terms of the API call response. And if you want to see the full search results there, you can click that button and it will perform the search for you. LinkedIn is running really slowly right now. But here you go. So interesting thing there. When you run the See Other search, the first thing it does is looks for a faceted title, and so it searches for account executive. But if it cannot find a faceted title, which I'm not sure why it didn't in this case, but if it cannot, it will run a Boolean search, and then it'll chop words off on either side and search again if it doesn't find anything, finally just defaulting to no response. It searches like 3 times, I believe. So it searches for the current company, current title within a 50-mile radius of the zip code of this person, which is 11377. Yes. And this information I just added. So I will be updating this with a little more intelligence, but right now it grabs your search and pulls the search items. So I searched for the industries, titles, and keywords. These were my keywords I was looking for. These were the titles, or these were the keywords that matched that I was looking for, titles and industry again that matched. And here we get a duration, so how many years in marketing advertising this person has. Right now this isn't perfect, so what it does is it looks in to this company information for everyone and then adds up those experiences, gives you the last date of those experiences. So in this case it is, looks like Jan 2016. Oh, Razorfish, marketing advertising. Now, Quantcast is internet, and it appears that they do some marketing work, and so this is the next step that I need to take to make it a little bit more intelligent. I'm going to create a glossary essentially that will look for other matches within the experience, so we can interpret that marketing and advertising would also cover things like audience insight platform. I mean, that's going to fall under that, right? To do that, what I'll do is I'll take a subset of companies and never mind. This is a demo. I don't need to explain the entire programming process, but it's a longer process, but I have the framework built here under this schema. You just have to make it a little better. And then finally, again, this is something else I'll change. It gives you the average company size, which isn't perfect. What I really should be doing is weighting it against the number of years. I'm not. I'm just taking a raw number and averaging it out, which is fine, but I would like to fix that, and so I will in the next update. So that's all on this person's page. Well, we have this button, Save PDF. I'm going to wait on that because this will show this person's contact information, and I don't want to do that. We'll do this on someone's profile who is not a first-degree connection. Here we go, Sir Oliver Gray. When I click Save to PDF, this will convert it into a nice PDF format that we have here with the summary, LinkedIn profile link, the location including zip code, the person's name. It also pulls everything that is available to pull, so it adds skills and some other sections which are not included by default. Everything is also completely editable, so if you want to remove some things, you are welcome to do that before printing. Maybe you don't like the person's experience, or maybe this isn't something that you think is necessary. Whatever the case, then you can print and save, or you could use that Send to Avature button, which as you suspect, sends that to your Avature CRM if you have an Avature CRM, if you are logged in, and if your contract with LinkedIn follows the same parameters that it does for the majority of people. So it's a maybe if it'll work. Finally, you can send an invite directly, clicking this button without having to go to the profile page. Be careful with this. I have found or heard some bugs, and I've noticed some myself. Specifically, I want to say it might be counting as a in-mail message, which it's definitely not. It might be using a tag associated with that, but I can't trace it down, and I haven't been able to replicate it, so I don't know. Additionally, you can send an invite with it, and what this does is, I'm going to go ahead and remove that, even though you've already seen it, but whatever. It sends a message to the person and then saves this message without the person's name to the project. So it looks in here for a project ID and then saves this message in the project description so that the next page you go to, assuming you send the message, it will populate that last message that you sent. If you're not within the, if you're not within a project, if you're just looking at someone maybe from here, or maybe you're looking for someone that you looked at in the others profile section, which there's probably a bug here. Yeah. Let's try that again. Okay. Definitely a bug there. I'm going to have to sort out. Not a big deal, I guess, but in any case. If you were then to go look at this person, it wouldn't pull the project ID because you don't have one there, but it will still save a message. It will create a default project folder for you and save the message there, and then every subsequent message that is on a default page, not a search response, would pull the default message, meaning the last message that you sent as an invite. And that is it for the updates. This is something that I'm pretty excited about. Just need to finish building it out. And this will allow me to do some other interesting stuff that I've been thinking through in terms of kind of a glossary of keywords and some interesting search opportunities that will come from that. But stay tuned, more updates to come.